And I think folks like to refer to me as an open-minded skeptic and a pragmatic optimist. So, anyway, like Linda, I'm a jock, an ex-jock. And when I was in grad school, I was riding my bike one time, 25 miles. And I overdid it, similar to you, Jason, except for someone didn't crash into me. I just overdid it, and suddenly my lower back went out. I was literally, while I was in grad school, sleeping on the floor. I slept on the floor for an entire year. I didn't believe in chiropractors. I was going to tough it out, wore the back brace, tried to think that my body would recover on its own. And after a year, it did to some extent, but I always had lower back pain after that. And not only that, I had kind of a kink in my neck that never seemed to go away. And so every once in a while, my neck would feel like it would get stuck. And especially if I took a trip, spent time in a plane for, I don't know, a long time, I would have to go to a chiropractor. So eventually I understood that chiropractors were my friends. And I started going to chiropractors, but no one could ever, of the chiropractors I had, no one could ever reach that point in my neck that seemed to bother me. And my back would go out, but I thought, like you, it was a way of life where I needed that adjustment. Just periodically, I would get out of alignment, and I would need the adjustment. And I was okay with that. But it came to a point about 3 years ago where my lower back just kept going out, and my neck was stuck, and nothing was working. So I was complaining to Linda one day. And I have a chiropractor at that time whom I loved and thought he was, just wonderful. And he is wonderful. And Linda said, well, you should, I know this guy, Dr. Shane Smith, and you should try it out. And I thought, oh, all right, well, let me think about it. So I went, I learned more about it. I did my research, read a lot, thought maybe this sounds really good. Maybe it's too good. Maybe it's too good to be true, right? Maybe it's too good to be true. So I'm like, oh, I don't know. So I went and saw Dr. Shane, and he explained some more. And then I went and saw my other chiropractor, and he explained some more. And I got the plan from my chiropractor and the plan from Dr. Shane, and then I'm at the point where I have to jump into the pool. I have to do one or the other. And I decided to take a leap of faith and try Dr. Shane. So then I'm sitting in his office, and I'm looking at his degrees, and he's from the department I used to teach in, and I'm thinking, this guy's a student of mine. So then that just made me feel old, but that's all right. But I did. And so Shane and I went through the x-rays, and it was really telling to me. I love the fact that I actually had some real data to look at and to work with. And as Shane was working with me, I was in there every week, and I think I was in there every week for a year. But like Jason, like Linda, immediately felt relief right away. And we were diligent. I did what you told me. I loved sitting in those chairs because they just made me relax after an adjustment. And then got to a point where I didn't need an adjustment. And then 2 or 3 visits would go by, and I still don't need an adjustment. And I would say that of our time together, you haven't seen me much over the last year and a half because it got to a point where I feel great. And I think you said this, Jason, where one time my lower back was feeling a little funky, and I go in and I ask Dr. Shane about my lower back, and he looks at my neck and makes an adjustment to my neck, but I'm like, what about that lower back? I want this. Yeah, but it happened. It really did happen. So I'm a firm believer, love the data that comes with it, love the office, love having conversations with both Dr. Jason and Dr. Shane. But what I love most is that it really is a technique that works and really relies on the body and the resiliency of the body to heal itself. So I love it. I'm sorry I haven't seen you in a while, but I've been, I think, 4 months, and if I go in every 4 months or even every year, I'll be okay with that. But it's just fabulous. Yeah, so thanks.